Hey everyone, shop supervisor and I back for another video build, aren't we? Yep, and there she goes. Squirrels are out this summer, so she is very active. I have this beautiful curly maple burl board. We got some nice burl eyes here and a lot of nice figured curl. I think I'm going to make one of my Lagoon serving trays. The ones that I've done in the past have been 24 inches by 12 inches. This piece of this billet here is about 22 inches, so we're a little shy. So my two main boards that I sell are 18 inches and 24 inches by 12 inches. So I think this will be a fun build to follow along. Let's get going on this billet. We'll take this over to the bandsaw and rip it down. I'm gonna go for a final width, or thickness I should say, of around 3/4 of an inch. If it's a little under, that's fine, really. You don't really want to go too thick on the serving trays because then it starts adding weight. Although with this one being in an 18-inch, that's really not a concern for me. So we'll head on over to the bandsaw. We'll get this cut up and follow along. All right, we are down in the resin and turning room for me here. I have this cut down to a little oversize of where I want it. And we're first going to seal the edge. And I'm only going to do about 3/8 of an inch up. This little hump here actually is 3/8 of an inch. And that's about how much of the base pour that I'm going to do. I will do the base pour. The reason why I do that is it sets up in about 24 hours, and then I can come back tomorrow and then follow through with the deep pour epoxy. This right now is about an inch, 7/8 I'm going to get it down to about 3/4 so we can bring this down a little bit. But you can already see the curl in the wood. This piece is going to be spectacular. There are no voids to fill in here, so I'm just going to use the quick set seal. It is a and B 1-to-1 mixture. This is from Weisbond. All of my epoxy resin that I use is strictly Weisbond. They really do make the best product that's out there on the market. I will leave a link in the description of everything that I use. I will also put in a discount code for you to use that will be good for 10% off. That code is going to be BW Design 10, and that will get you 10% off your entire purchase. And if you spend $200 or more, you get free shipping, so that saves you even more money. For the colorant, we're going to do a couple different things on this Lagoon tray. So for the base coat, I will be using the glistening waters. Now, Weisbond at one point was using these like test tubes. I really like these. They're pretty cool. I have other colors in them as well. But they have now since gone to the 50 gram, and then they also make a 15 gram. I do have a 15 gram of the glistening waters as well. So you could see I have the, this was their 15 gram. Now this is the new 15 gram. And then of course the 50 gram. This is how much glistening waters I use. I use it quite often. I let all of my epoxy just kind of move around and kind of make itself what it wants to look like. I don't go in and swirl it. I might mix it in the very beginning, but as this goes through its exothermal process, it will move the pigments around. So that's what I like to do. It gives it the most natural look that you can't really mimic with trying to swirl and do little designs in there. So let's get going on this. I will like I said, I'm going to do the quick set seal. I'll mix this up 1-to-1, and then I'm going to seal all of these edges. I'll seal everything here, and then I can come back in about 2 hours, and then I can do my base pour of the glistening waters, and then I will do the complete pour on both of these. But we're just going to be filming this one here, and you'll see this process on my socials. All right, let's get going. Set timer for 3 minutes. Okie dokie, we are back. It is roughly 2 hours, and it is good and tacky. So we are ready to do our first pour on the Lagoon board, and then off camera I'll mix up the deep pour for the other two trays. So I've already measured out where we need to be for epoxy. So there's a few different ways that you can do it. There is a rice trick which works out really well. You can take just rice, pour it in. That would measure exactly what you need, and then you could pour that into a measuring cup. And depending on what you're using, if you're using a deep pour epoxy, you divide it by 3. If you're using a 1-to-1 ratio, then you divide it in half. But it's easy enough just to kind of measure and see exactly where the resin will stop on the board over to the edge, and then just calculate that out, which is what I've done. I've measured already, and then there were 9 measurements that I took across this length, and so I just took the total, averaged it out, so it comes out to an average of 4 inches across, and then it is 20 inches in length, and we're going to go a 1/4 inch. So what we're going to do is come on to the Wisebond website here, and then I'm going to use the deep pour epoxy, even though I'm using the tabletop. So the length is going to be 20 inches, and the width is going to be 4 inches, and the depth is going to be 0.25. And so then we will calculate that out. I need 11 ounces. So the bar and tabletop is a 1-to-1. I'm just going to round that up to 12 ounces. So that way I could do 6 ounces of the A and 6 ounces of the B. And then that will be good to go. So let me go and get that deep pour, or not the deep pour, the bar and tabletop, and I'll be right back. All right. So this makes it easy. It's always good to have a precise measuring cup. I order these off of Amazon, TCP Global. I'll put a link down in the description below. But I'm going to do 6 ounces of A and 6 ounces of B, and that should be more than enough. I'm actually going a little over. Not by much, by about an ounce. I just needed to get it about a 1/4 inch on the bottom to 3/8. Really, you don't want to go over 1/4 of an inch pour with the bar and tabletop. So there is 6 of the A. Now we're going to go 6 of the B. That's going to go all the way up to the 12. And there we go. Okay. So we got all the big bubbles out. There are a few micros in there, but nothing to be concerned about. Oh, got to be careful that I don't melt my cup. So now, I normally do 5 ounces per gallon, or 5 grams, I should say. I'm going to just load this up. And make sure that I get a nice opaque seafloor bottom. Okay, that should be enough. If I need to add more, I will. I really like this color for these boards. I have Wise Glow, and this will make it glow blue, which will give it a very cool effect. So I'm going to dump this in. We'll mix that up. And that way the ocean floor will glow at night. All right. Let's see if we can charge this real quick. Let's see if it glows. Nope. Okay. We will let that set up for 12 to 24 hours. I'll probably go mostly to the 24-hour mark, and we will pick this up tomorrow night. Almost forgot to put down my braces. These will ensure that it does not float up on me. Put this at the end to help hold that down. And just tighten everything down. Now we will see you tomorrow. are ready to do our translucent pour. You just watched me mix up the colorant. I skipped the mixing part of the A and the B. That was done off camera. This is about 34 ounces is what we're using. 33, 34 ounces. Um, had a mishap last night. I will post it on a short. You can go and check that out. But yes, we all make mistakes. It's how you grow and learn from the mistakes. I did a bonehead move last night. I was rushing, trying to get things done rather quickly, and lost about 40 ounces of resin. And that's what you see here with all this splatter. I did two things wrong. Go and check out the video. It's kind of funny, but here we are. We're recovered. We're back. I have a silicone dam so that if the pour is a little higher, which I think it will be, it'll hold it back in there. And then I've gone and put in some sea turtles, one coming up onto the beach and the other two going to be swimming. So let's get this pour going and you will see what it looks like. And I am going to need more resin because it is not high enough for me. I should have mixed up another, looks like probably another 6 to 8 ounces. I will do 10 just to be sure. It is right there at the top, but I want to have it over a little bit in case it does shrink, but I am happy with that. Look at that. Look at the colorant. That is awesome. That's perfect. That's what we want. That's what I was looking for. All right. Okay. Shop supervisor is in, making sure that I've mixed up everything properly, which I have. We are going to do the quick set seal on this. I've already mixed it up here using the fabulous Wise Stick from Wisebond. Absolutely love these things. I will leave a link down in the description. These are worth every bit of the 85 cents. As you see, I have a whole bucket full of them. You really only need a couple, but you can wipe them down after you use them and use them again and again. Have some acetone so that you can scrape it. But here I'm just sealing the wood, ensuring that no air bubbles will come up when I do the base coat of the bar and tabletop. Just need a thin coat on here, but you want to make sure that all of your edges are coated. You don't have to worry too much about epoxy. It's already hardened and cured, such as this bar and tabletop that is right there. Reason being is all you need to do for that is scuff it up with like up to 240 sandpaper, and then you'll be good to go. With the epoxy serving trays that I make, if there's a lot of epoxy in there, I don't want it to be too heavy, although a lot of my customers use my serving trays as centerpieces for their tables, whether it be a coffee table, an end table, dining room table. I am just happy that they want something from me, and they want to display it. It's very flattering, which is why I continue to do this. I enjoy it so much, and knowing that other people enjoy it just as much is very rewarding. And then just let it set up. And there we go. We will come back soon. We are ready to do our bar and tabletop. So this will be the underside coating. I'm going to go with 7 ounces. I think that's going to be more than enough. I've got another board to do as well. You can see it there in the background. So we're going to do 3.5 ounces of A. And then 3.5 ounces of B. That's going to give us the 7 ounces that we need. You want to make sure you get these ratios right. Mix properly. It will cure as it should. Okay, I am going to use the wise notch trowel. I am going to do the 1/8 inch side for the under. I'll do the 1/4 on the top when I do that. We're going to pour on about half of this and see how we do. We're going to work our way from the center out to the edges. The bar and tabletop is a self-leveling epoxy. So you want to make sure that your board is completely flat, which I have done off camera. So I'm just kind of working it around the board, and then I will start to push it off the edge. So now I'm going to start to push it. Then I'm just going to go around with my finger and smooth it out. Now I'll come in with the torch. Flame on. Don't know what that was. It's just like glass. All right. We shall come back tomorrow and work the top. All right, so this is set up for about an hour and a half, maybe hour and 45 minutes. It's good and tacky. You can see the sea turtles. Ha! See what I did there? And I'm just going to pour some of this on top, and then we are going to use the Wisebond Wise Notch. And I'm going to start with the 1/4 inch and just kind of move it around. Now I mixed up 7 ounces, which I don't think I'll need all of it, but we will see. The 1/4 inch does allow for a thicker top. So maybe I will use all 7 ounces here. If I were to use the 1/8 inch notch, that definitely would cover the entire piece with about half of what I mixed up. The Wisebond bar and tabletop is a self-leveling epoxy. So we just need to get it all smoothed out to where it is not clumping up anywhere. And then I want to make sure it runs over the edge. So I will be using all of this. And there we go. We will let that set up, and I will cover it up with my canopy that I've made, and that should help keep the dust and contaminants off of it. We'll be good to go. And there you have it. Another Lagoon tray, ready to go. We'll get this one up on the website and see how long she lasts. You can head on over to bwdesignworks.com and grab it before it's gone. This will also be probably available over at Innkeepers for a little bit. I'll list it up on the website as well. But this one turned out really good. It is 18 inches by 12 inches, well, by 11 7/8. It is a beautiful curly maple with some Wisebond bar and tabletop for the base coat. And then we use Wisebond deep pour for the main body. And then it is coated in the Wisebond bar and tabletop again. So on the base coat and then completely over. Then of course the edges and the entire piece was sealed up with Wisebond quick set seal. So very happy with it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And if you found this video enjoyable, please consider giving it a like. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you know anyone that enjoys this kind of content, please share it. We'll see you on the next build. Take care.